Kasama po natin ngayon dito sa agenda, Transport Chief Giovanni Lopez. Secretary Lopez, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. Unahin ko na po, 2-day strike simula bukas. Ano na ang inyong naging paghahanda para dito?
Ito ng mga tigil pasada naman, hindi naman po ito yung unang tigil pasada. So ang inutos natin sa LTFRB, they have to identify yung mga routes kung saan maapektuhan ang ating mga, sa tingin natin, mga commuters natin. At ito naman ay isang whole of government approach. No? Nagipagtulungan tayo sa PNP, nagipagtulungan tayo sa PPA, sa Coast Guard, sa ating mga LTFRB also para makapag-deploy tayo ng bases sa mga areas na to. So ito, usually we do this in the sense that meron kaming abiso bago yung transport strike, and we know the people that were going to join the transport strike, the operators, the transport groups. So alam namin yung ruta kung saan sila talaga bumabiyahe, at doon naman po namin i-deploy yung mga government assets po natin. For
Ready na po yun?
Ready na, ma'am.
Do you have a number to share with us kung ilan ang i-deploy at anong klaseng mga transportation, let's say bus, ano pa?
These are all buses,
Okay.
no? These are all buses. Then, ang government assets naman, especially Coast Guard po, may mga madami kaming buses. No, meron din sometimes kapag talagang marami ang sasakyan na mga commuters na stranded, we deploy other government vehicles po, tulad ng mga, minsan may ginagamit din kaming mga truck. Basta maitawid lang sila sa, for example, sa MRT3, sa LRT2, kung saan mayroon sila masasakyan.
Yung meron hubang oras itong pag-assist sa mga masa-stranded na mga pasahero?
We deploy them usually, lahat ng assets natin whole day. Pero yung peak talaga, yung peak hours natin, usually at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning hanggang 9, then 5 hanggang 8 in the evening.
Yung pagpunta po sa
Yes, at saka yung
trabaho
pag-uwi.
at pag-uwi. Any number, sir? Do you have a number na alam niyo po that will be deployed tomorrow?
More or less, siguro po, we have like 14 government assets po.
1-4?
1-4
Is
na
that
bases. Usually po, kaya naman po.
Okay.
Kaya naman po, pero may mga naka-standby pa. Kasi gagamit din kami ng mga bases din po ng, sabi ko nga po, ng PNP, PPA, Coast Guard. Then yung LTFRB naman po, usually they talk to other franchise holders na may bases just to help us also.
Kasado na rin po yun.
Kasado na rin po.
MRT, ano ho yung inaasahan gaya ng sinabi ni Ian kanina, sigurado daw na tataas yung mga pasahero, yung increasing number of passengers sa mga MRT and LRT.
Yes. Since we started yung 50% discount last Monday, so yung mga report araw-araw po, there's an increase like 10% of ridership to 20% nga po minsan. So we average usually around 460,000 a day. Ngayon po, mapalo na kami ng 480 to 490. Ganun pa rin po ang ginagawa natin, no? Yung dinedeploy nating car train sets or train car sets, no? It's 19. We cannot add in as much as we want to add because we have to, yung stress test also, the stress of the railway.
Riles.
Yes,
Opo,
ma'am.
sa Riles.
So again, the safety. But the good thing with this, may ginagawa tayong 4-car train. Dati 3 bagon yan. Kapag madami po ang ating mga pasahero, usually peak hours, dinadagdagan natin yan. So in just kung ba one biyahe po, talagang marami po yung nakakasakay.
Kasi from 3, nagiging 4 na
Yes,
bagon
ma'am.
po. Any other efforts coming from the Transportation Department?
We can do like per sector po. Again, for road sector, unahin po natin yun. We started rolling out the fuel subsidy yesterday. Meron tayong 2.5 billion and we're talking about like 220,000 beneficiaries when it comes to drivers. And we're talking about like 1,180,000 units and operators within the 2.5 billion. So yesterday po, we were able to credit, ito po ginagawa ng Land Bank, more or less around 460 million. So out of the 2.5, nakaltasan na po tayo ng 460 million. Then today po, we were able to credit another 400 million. So that the objective is kailangan, the sense of urgency, ma'am, na kailangan bilisan yung pagbibigay ng ayuda. And this is nationwide po.
Secretary, nagkakaroon po, I'm sure narinig niyo yung mga problema ng ilang mga drivers na wala ho kasi sila sa listahan eh. So parang lumalabas, kapag wala sila sa listahan, it appears, please correct me if I'm wrong, that yung listahan po ay nanggagaling po sa LTFRB. Yes. Kapag wala po sila doon, ano ho bang abiso? Pumunta sila sa LTFRB to be included in the list because that's the list that the DSWD is utilizing.
Yes, ma'am. Nagipag-ugnayan na kami sa DSWD. Yung listahan kasi po ng LTFRB, we're referring to legitimate operators with legitimate drivers. Yung pinanggagalingan po ng DSWD, which we agree also under AIX, ay basta ikaw po individual in crisis situation. So minsan nagkakulang yung listahan kasi iba yung listahan namin, yung lehitimong operators and drivers. Yung iba naman po, sorry to say po, baka makolorum na po to, pero driver naman po sila. Naiintindihan namin sila. So ang napag-usapan namin ni Secretary Rex Gatchalian, maisasama pa rin sila sa AIX. Now if the initial payout hindi sila nasama, we're going to hold another payout para dito sa mga hindi naisama ng mga driver.
And to be clear, pag wala ho sila doon sa listahan ng LTFRB, maaari ho ba silang maipasok sa AIX?
Yes, ma'am.
I see.
Yeah,
Pero
because that
kailangan
is
silang
not-
bumalik.
Yes, ma'am, because that is not a requirement under AIX. Sa DOTR naman po kasi, limitado kami sa special provision under GAA. It says simply that qualified operators and drivers.
Doon ho kasi lumalabas yung pagiging advantage na nandun ka po talaga, well, you're legitimate at nasa listahan ka because kapag may gantong mga klaseng problema or concerns or crisis, yun ang pinagbabasehan ng
Yes,
listahan.
ma'am. Opo.
Okay, pero you're assuring that even those who are not listed will be able to avail of how much is it, Secretary?
It's 5,000 and yung cash relief assistance po ni Secretary Gatchalian. Napag-usapan na po namin yan since the other day. No, kailangan din nating tulungan to kasi ang utos nga po ng Pangulo, walang maiiwan.
Ang tanong po, sapat ho ba yung 5,000?
For sa initial subsidy po, hindi po, to be honest. So it will be a continuing effort also of the government. No? Sabi nga po ng ating Pangulo, kung kailangan pandagdagan ang ating ayuda, kailangan dadagdagan natin. Likewise po, yung sa 2.5 billion ng fuel subsidy po, no? For operators, we're giving 10,000.
Yung sa mga bus operators,
Sa bus
which the
operators.
President did yesterday.
Yes, ma'am. And we did the math po. No? Ang parati ko pong example is that from Cubao to Baguio, that's 246 kilometers po ang one way.
Okay.
Now, if ang isang bus, kapag masinop kang driver, 2 kilometers per liter ka na. Now, if you divide it to 246, that's just 123
Right.
kilometers. Times 100, 12,300. Kung 10,000 yung full tank mo, baka hanggang Rosario La Union ka pa, hindi ka pa makakaabot.
Hindi ka abot ng Baguio.
Opo.
No?
So, yun po. Kaya kailangan natin talaga na magdagdag pa ng ibang tulong sa inisyatibo mula sa gobyerno.
Secretary, what can happen after this 2-day protest? Obviously, kasi umaaray na po yung ating mga kababayan, na mga driver. Ano po? Originally, of course, there was a price hike that was taken back by the President. Ano ho ang kanilang maaaring asahan? Dahil hindi ho talaga, sinasabi na po nila, hindi sasapat yung ayudang ibinibigay ng gobyerno sa kanila.
May isa pa pong programa ang DOTR, yung sinasabi nating service contracting. No, itong service contracting is more or less libreng sakay. So ito pong maganda po itong programa kasi we're going to address also the concern of the commuters. In like manner, pinabayaran natin yung operators at drivers. So madami po makikinabang dito. We have a 1 billion fund for this. Yun po yung budgeted amount namin. And humingi na po tayo ng SARO sa DBM. And hopefully, mai-release po nila so that right after we're done with the fuel subsidy, pwede na rin natin ilatag itong service contracting natin. Pero itong 1 billion po na pondo natin, kukuha pa nga po tayo ng mga 300 million para ibigay din natin sa maritime sector natin. Kasi meron din tayong mga kababayan ang means of transportation nila is through fast craft, masalo na
Tama
po.
po.
Opo. So kasama din po dapat sa libreng sakay. Ngayon po ang sabi ng Pangulo, kung kulang ang pondo for libreng sakay, dadagdagan natin. So ang ginagawa natin ngayong programa is how to extend this libreng sakay kahit na mga 3 weeks just in time for the additional funding. Again, ma'am, it's all about timing at kung paano, how fast we can implement this kind of
That is the
programs.
operative word, sir. Fast. Yun po ang hinahanap po ng
The
ating
sense
mga...
of urgency po
Right.
parati ng gobyerno.
Ang hinahanap po ng ating mga kababayan, ito pong jet fuel na napag-uusapan na po, nare-report na po ilang araw. Because of course, the President said during a Bloomberg report that there is that, ginamit po niyang salita, I think distinct possibility that there could be grounding of aircrafts. What is the status of that, sir?
Ma'am, I was fortunate enough, ma'am, na nakasama po ako ng pagpupulong at that time. Kasama po ang presidente, kasama yung mga airline company, Cebu Pac and PAL. Kasi kailangan din namin malaman ang sitwasyon nila and we have to do some intervention also to help them. Ang pagkakasabi po ng airlines at that time, no, if hindi na po sapat yung buffer natin sa jet fuel, and we cannot source jet fuel from other countries kasi that's their obligation. In the event na wala na po tayong jet fuel, parang they will be forced na to ground, of course, their aircraft. Yun po yung pinanggagalingan po ng statement na yon. But just yesterday, no, nakausap po natin si Secretary Garin. We have like a 39 days na buffer for jet fuel. And yung mga airlines din natin, they were able to source yung mga jet fuel from other countries. As a matter of fact po, this morning, PAL yata issued this statement that they can continue their operations, even a long haul, and they don't see any problem in the foreseeable future. I think there's a statement like that kasi they were able to source out yung kontrata mula sa ibang bansa ng jet fuel.
Ang hirap po kasi napaka-importante din obviously ng paglipad po, pag-travel ng mga
Yes,
kababayan natin, even domestically, whether kailan umuwi. Well, of course, may iba pa rin magbabakasyon. Ito
Tama
po,
po.
Holy Week na po next week. So, to describe the situation on the airlines right now, how would you describe it after the President's statement?
I think there's a very remote possibility this time. Kasi nga po, that was like 2 weeks ago, there was like an uncertainty at that time po of how to source supply.
Sorry, isang follow-up na lang po, Secretary, last question. Yung second round ng ayuda po para sa mga driver, meron ho kayong estimated date kung kailan kaya ito mangyayari?
I have to coordinate with Secretary Rex because the second round of ayuda will come from Secretary Rex. Doon po sa AIX nila. That's the ayuda. And what we have from DOTR is the subsidy, which is 2.5 billion. And I'm thinking, ma'am, in the next 10 working days, maubos na po kasi we can roll out in the next 10 working days yung subsidiya galing sa DOTR.
Alright. DOTR Chief Giovanni Lopez. Sir, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Salamat
Appreciate
po.
your time, sir. Mag-follow sa aming mga social media accounts at mag-subscribe sa aming YouTube channel para sa pinakahuli at eksklusibong mga balita.